Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk about the metrics I use to analyze my athletes' data. I use heart rate, I use power, and I use perceived exertion. And ideally, I want each of my athletes that I coach to have all three of these because they're all very important. Now, we tend to think of power as the ideal metric because, 100 watts is always 100 watts. It doesn't change based on your condition. And that's somewhat true. That is, of all the metrics, that is the one I use the most with my athletes. But let's say I tell my athlete, okay, hold 200 watts for 10 minutes. And one day it feels great. And they do it again. The next day it feels horrible and their heart rate's higher, okay, or lower. So we need to figure out why. And it's very important to see that change in heart rate or perceived exertion for the same power, right? Their power didn't change, but it felt like a very different interval to them. And that can give us clues to their condition, their training status, maybe dehydration, maybe they need some rest. There are many reasons. So that's when I would start a dialogue with my athlete if I start seeing these patterns of this performance change. And we would try to find out the reasons why and figure out if we need to do something to give them rest or change up the training program that we're doing. Similarly, it might not be that they're tired or they need rest or we need to change things up to make it easier for a bit. It could be the exact opposite. Maybe they've gained fitness and now 200 watts feels easier and easier. Maybe their heart rate's coming down and down over time because their body is gaining fitness and it is not such a high cost to the body anymore. So balancing all three metrics and tracking them over time can really give you a good picture of an athlete in the long term, but also in the short term.